Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com. The biggest enemy of a Venezuelan is other Venezuelans. This is a saying that is sadly very repeated by Venezuelans, of course, and it kinda became popular during the Venezuela diaspora that we have all over the world. If you know, we have around 7 million Venezuelans that migrated. They went to other places like Miami or Madrid or Santiago de Chile, Colombia, we have a bunch, Panama, Mexico, you name it. And this migration was a rough time of Venezuelan history that actually we're still living there. And of course, many Venezuelans found a lot of problems, a lot of hassle, a lot of issues during this migration because migrating is a very hard activity. It's pretty rough. You're leaving your place, leaving the place that saw you grew up as an individual, and now you have to go to some other place where most likely they don't have your culture. Sometimes they don't even speak your same language, and it's rough. And also you have these policies all over the world that are xenophobic and racist, and a lot of misinformation about about migration overall, and also the laws right now, and from the past, let's say 20 or 30 years, that they are very against migration, since many political leaders like to use the migrants as scapegoats for their own terrible policy. So, having said that, many Venezuelans have found when they are migrating that the biggest enemies that they have are other Venezuelans. And why? Well, first I have to say something about Venezuelans, that Venezuelans are very great dealing with international. Usually Venezuela was a migrant hub for migrants from first Western Europe, from Spain, Portugal, Italy, Germany also. We also had migrants from other parts of Latin America, bunch of Colombians, actually 5 million people of the population of Venezuela, that's roughly 16%, and they are either Colombians or they are Colombian descendants. So we have, of course, we share a lot with Colombia, the neighboring country. And Venezuela has always been receptive towards migrants. We don't have xenophobic or racist issues like you can see on the United States or Western Europe or you name it. And also in religion, we have Jewish people, we have Muslims, we have Hindus, we have agnostics. Of course, we have Catholics and Christians because this is a Catholic country, mostly. And we don't have an issue with international, both here in Venezuela and also abroad. But the main thing is that Venezuelans are not nationalistic. They are not like this, let's say these guys from Texas or Kansas that America first and they wear the MAGA hat and they truly love their country. They're a little bit ignorant, but at the same time they love their country. Venezuelans, mostly we are not like that. Well, actually I'm pretty nationalistic, however, for Venezuelan standards, but I'm not like a guy from Texas or Kansas with America first. But the main thing is Venezuelans usually get along very well with the internationals, but they don't get along with themselves. Although Venezuelans, we are very educated on being good networkers. So we have to deal and hassle with everyone, but at the same time, we have conflicts. We have issues among each other. And the main thing is that, unlike, for instance, I'm going to put this example. When, let's say, a Chinese or Mexican or someone from the Middle East They are looking for opportunities, especially when they are migrant, because opportunities when you're a migrant are very scarce, and you need a job. Of course, you need to put food on the table, and usually other people from the same nationality or the same region, they help out such migrants. They give them their first job, they give them the first opportunities, because of course they are weak. You're in a pretty weak position when you're just arriving to a new place. Well, in the case of Venezuelans, that doesn't happen. Actually, Venezuelans, well, I can say this overall because there are many great Venezuelans abroad that help other Venezuelans, but for the most, they don't do that. They don't give the first opportunity to another Venezuelan or maybe some, let's say, a pass for doing something or maybe help them on the first job. You know what I'm saying, no? Eh, Venezuelans are not united like that, like you can say the Jewish people or the Muslims or people from Mexico or China. They are not like that. And it's a sad fact. Actually, one of the things that I don't like about Venezuela and being Venezuelan, that Venezuelans don't help each other for the most part. Everyone is on their own. And that's a sad fact because the thing is, and if you're watching this, this is not going to affect you. Quite the opposite. Venezuelans are very kind towards international. So if you're living in another country, of course, you're living in another country. If you're watching this, most likely, and you see a Venezuelan, they're going to treat you pretty nicely. They're going to treat you pretty well. And if you come to a country, they're also going to treat you pretty well. They're not xenophobic. They're not going to treat you bad. However, the xenophobic attitude, you see it amongst Venezuelans. And it's a sad fact. And I just wanted to do this video to do a reflection about it. And if you're Venezuelan and you're watching this, please let's work together to improve this situation. Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, venezuelainsider.com. Thanks again. Have a nice day.